Hi, everybody. This is the Baseball High, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2. And of course, this is another episode of the insane asylum known as WFAN. But it's not nearly as insane. Not yet. It's going to get insane if the Mets don't start picking it up. But there is some rumblings. 1 in the morning, a nut job in the morning. Greg G. and I was complaining in the morning. But I'm talk about Evan Roberts, who's the afternoon guy. Might be the only real fan that's a Met fan, because he spends his own money. He's got his own season tickets, and when he speaks, you got to listen a little bit. Well, he sounded off on the Mets' struggles, and in particular, Mets second baseman Jeff McNeil. Let me read you the headline from Odyssey.com. Headline: Evan sounds off on struggling Jeff McNeil. Quote: is he too concerned about his golf game? Well, as you know, Jeff is a world-class golfer. If you don't know, he got a scholarship in college as a golfer. So he's probably going to turn professional once his baseball career is over. He's that good. He can play now. He's that good. Evan sounded off on the state of the 2024 Mets after they were swept out of Tampa Bay over the weekend. And I would mention about the Rays. People have been saying that the Rays did not play well. They were playing really well this past weekend. They look like a team that's going to win 90 games. So, at some point they're going to be flying by the Yankees like they normally do, waving as the Yankees finish in third place again. And, of course, Evan pointed to the struggling Jeff McNeil as the biggest issue for him at the moment, even as Pete Alonso struggles badly. Now, Pete is a power hitter, and he's going to go through these ups and downs. Pete's going to find it, and when he does, a lot of these pitchers are going to pay big time. He's gotten off to a sluggish start, but all he needs is 2 or 3 days, and he'll get those RBIs. They'll come in boatloads. Quote: I've lived through guys who have gotten paid and started sucking for whatever reason. I would mention Anthony Rendon signed that big contract with the Angels, and he's done nothing. Evan said, Jeff McNeil has been nothing since he got his contract. Is it because he's too concerned about his golf game? If that's an unfair question, I'm just telling you, the guy won a batting title, got a nice contract, and has been dog bleep ever since. I agree. He's been terrible. Last year, he did not play well. Didn't hit well last year. Hit a rather mediocre 270 for him. And he's not played well this year. His defense hasn't been average at best. Offensively, he's not really been what he's been in the past. And let me continue. McNeil's batting average dropped from a league high 326 and 22 to just 270. Now he's batting a lousy 231 at the plate and 117 at bats with just 1 home run and 7 RBIs. What? Let me read that again. 231 with 117 at bats with 1 home run and 7 RBIs. Evan went as far as to say that Francisco Lindor should take back the car he bought for McNeil for winning the batting title in 2022. Yes, he did. He bought him that car. Quote, I'll tell you right now, if Lindor does that, I'll buy his jersey. Evan said, I'd be his biggest fan. Can't be an Indian giver. Can't be that. Quote, Jeff McNeil has to wake up. He's been living so under the radar because let's rip on Lindor, let's rip on Alonso. Well, okay. I think I should start doing that, shouldn't I? Folks, I'm good at it. This is a guy who's a 2-time All-Star. He's been a guy that's been over 300 in his career. But really, since he signed the contract, he's been a very different player. And he sort of has been under the radar. But he might be in line for me to go off on him. There are rumors that he would be a guy the Mets could move. I was thinking about this today as I was sitting in this new baseball hut that I have here for myself. That this core group is probably going to get broken up. Either before the end of the season or sometime in the off season. I could see a situation now that half of this core could be gone. And the core is obviously Nimmo, McNeil, Lindor, and Alonso. I could see probably McNeil and Alonso not being here. I'm more closer to that than I was, although McNeil's probably closer to the door than Pete is, because Pete has that tremendous power. But And I don't see Nimmo going anywhere because I think he has value, in the clubhouse as a leader and a connection to the last team that won. And of course, Lindor has that long contract. But McNeil has a 3 more years on his contract, but he's not making a lot of money. He's got about $36 million after this year coming to him. The contract is not crazy. Or even less than that. What am I talking about? It's probably like $10 million. I think it was a 5-year, $50 million contract. So his contract is not outrageous. So I could definitely see him getting moved. Now, I would mention Monday night, Carlos Mendoza, that's manager Mendy, did not start McNeil and didn't start Pete for the first time this year. What's interesting about McNeil sitting is we got Joey Wendell. I don't know how that game, this video will be going up on Tuesday, but I don't know what the result was in the game with Wendell. But Wendell's not long for this team. I would mention the Mets farm system. 3 of the biggest prospects the Mets have, 2 of them are on the injured list, and 1 of them is struggling really badly in AAA. Jet Williams is on the injured list with a sore wrist. I don't know when he's coming back. Drew Gilbert is the outfield, and I would mention about Williams. He'll probably could be a second baseman on this Mets team or center fielder. And Drew Gilbert's on the injured list, who's an outfielder, and he's has another month because he has a hamstring issue. And then there's Luis Angel Acuna, who, quite frankly, has not played well since the Mets got him. And his OPS this year, right now, is under 600. An average major leaguer needs to have at least 700 to 720 in terms of an OPS. That's on base plus slugging, and in the minor leagues, it's under 600. So he's not played well at all. So he has not earned in any circumstances a call-up at all. So for the Mets to call one of those guys up, they're kind of in a bind right now. So Jeff McNeil, the squirrel, has got to get himself out of this situation that he's put himself in, or the great one will have to say something. And I will, because you know me, if you follow my channel and all my channels, I will say something that the player won't like. And I know that they were mad at me last year. Due to the fact that I kind of called them losers. Let me take the one player who's no longer here. And I proved myself right. I proved to be right, because if they got rid of him, they would have been a better team. But Jeff McNeil, please, start hitting when you get back in the lineup, please. Don't want me complaining. That's the one thing, make me complain. Don't make me jump ugly with you, please. I want you to do well. I want you to hit 330. I want you to win another batting title. I know it's in you. Because you've done it before, and you can do it again. And you can get to the All-Star game again. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, this is another... Well, it's really more just me complaining about Jeff McNeil. This is just the beginning, folks. This is just the beginning of me complaining, pissing and moaning about one of the Met players. I hate having to do it. Don't make me do it. Jeff McNeil, if you're watching, any Met player or anybody in the Met organization, just tell Jeff, squirrel, start hitting that ball. You want the great one, start complaining. You never know what I'm going to say. I'm already, the file cabinet of insults are starting to move around up there. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.